Hi, I'm Sam Naney with Cascade Endurance, and we're continuing our description of how to use roller skis for your training for skimo racing, ski touring, or just to roller ski as an alternative to going out and running. So in the previous video, we talked about how to get set up, your equipment, and sort of the foundational movements, just getting comfortable stepping on the skis. Now, presumably you've done that, and you can actually go and start developing some technique on them. So again, these roller skis were originally made with cross-country skiing in mind. Cross-country skiing and skinning on AT or race gear obviously bear a lot of similarities. The main distinction is that the stride length of cross-country skiing is going to be longer because there's less friction. The skis are able to glide better. Obviously the terrain is not as steep, and the track of a Nordic trail is going to have a lot less resistance. So Nordic skiers can have a much longer glide than a skimo racer will. But you can still use roller skis really effectively. I think with skimo or touring, what they're going to help you do is develop, one, really good balance on each leg so that you're not constantly stuck in the middle with your hips in between the legs, shuffling your feet. You're going to be able to shift, even if it's quite subtle, shift your hips from side to side so you can really get good power on each leg. The other thing that roller skiing is going to help you do is think about how to create a good forward leg drive. Again, it's with Nordic skiing, that's particularly important because Nordic skiers are really trying to make the ski propel forward and glide quite far in order to get their speed. With skimo and with touring, you're obviously not creating that glide, but it's still useful to be able to think about how you're getting your forward motion by driving the ski forward instead of just thinking about kicking back, right? So it's going to be a combination of both. So one way you can get started is finding, this is pretty gradual, for a little bit almost imperceptibly uphill, but you want to think about shifting each foot forward and again subtly weighting each ski, shifting your hips onto each ski. So you can start with just that skimo striding motion, while again thinking about subtly shifting the hips onto each foot. And as you get more comfortable, again, this is where it'll be more simulated, be getting a little bit farther away from what you ultimately would be doing on skimo skis, but I think carries some benefit in terms of developing power, is you can start to add a little bit of glide onto the ski as you're moving. So instead of, what we might think of in a skimo race, particularly on a steep track, you're going to be, there's not going to be very much glide at all, right? You're just going to shove the foot forward. On roller skis, because you have less resistance and the wheels are going to roll much easier, the terrain is almost never going to be as steep as what you'd find in most skimo races. Then it's good to think about how you can stand on the ski and balance while you glide. So again, starting out slow, and then let yourself balance and glide on the ski. And that's going to help you develop relaxation standing on each ski, which is incredibly relevant for skimo, for touring, as well as for Nordic skiing, because the more relaxation that you have while standing on one ski, the less muscle power you're needing to use at that time. This leg, this standing leg, if it's going to be more relaxed, then that's ultimately less energy that you're using while you drive this new one forward. So again, relaxation is our ultimate goal here, and using roller skis throughout the season, the dryland season, can help you develop that, and also help you develop that forward power so that you can then apply it to the skin track.